YouTube family, what's good with y'all, man? So apparently Brian Flores, he refused to take his ball and go home. If y'all ain't looking at what's going on in this situation, man, a lot of these melanated coaches have not been getting hired, not been getting qualified, and now they're deciding, well, not they, only one. Brian Flores is deciding to, you feel me, lawsuit against the NFL for unfair hiring practices for what they do to melanated folks like us, apparently. But for me, y'all might not understand when I tell y'all I'm not going to cry me a river for any of these coaches, and I'm going to explain it for you. Well, the situation is when you have pride, pride makes you take your ball and go home. No, it's not quitting. I would not go to the circus and put the clown nose on and feel like I'm part of the circus when I shouldn't even be part of that employment or that agency in the first place. Brian Flores details that Stephen Ross, the Miami Dolphins owner, tried to pay him $100,000 for each loss he got during the 2019 season because the owner wanted him to tank the season, which we know he's not lying. A lot of these guys do that. But the problem is the fact that you want to sue the NFL for something that they're never going to change. Now people tell me, shouldn't you fight for what they're not? No. If you have any pride, you won't play in their duck, duck, goose game in the first place. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all gonna be like, but you have to fight for something. No, bro, that's the problem with us melanated folks. We always want to be included. We always want to be part of the system that does not want us at all. You feel what I'm saying? I personally feel times will change when we get pride enough to just be like, it is what it is. I don't need you. I'm going to get in line with the program, my own program. And we don't have that help. No, we don't have that camaraderie. Let me say that unity. Even though I don't like using it, to join together and make our own leagues, do our own profession. Now, remember, y'all going to tell me this is victimization. Oh, this coach right here is just complaining. Oh, the NFL is fair. No, it's not. The NFL hasn't been fair. Never. The world itself is not fair. The NFL always been biased for certain men who look like them instead in leadership positions. They've never really hired us to lead anything, if you want me to be honest. We're tokens. Not just the Rooney Rule, even before the Rooney Rule, we're tokens to make people feel included. You're supposed to know when people playing games with you and when they've made you become a court jester. That's what each one of the melanated coach in the National Football League are to me. Nothing more than court jesters. And you can get mad at me for saying it, but at least this is the medicine our melanated brothers need to hear in order to snap out of this position of being a jester in front of the whole entire world. Now, there's going to be other people who aren't melanated, who look like the owners of the NFL, who are going to complain watching my video and saying, the NFL is more than fair. They just give it to the best qualified job. You guys are the same fake hypocrites who didn't say anything while Texans are about to hire Josh McCown, a man who has no coaching with Faraz. He's never coached at any level. In fact, he's coaching high school as a volunteering coach on and off, meaning that he'll come in and coach after every 4 games. So he's not even a high school coach. And 3 times, because they keep saying 2 times, they forget last year the Texans interviewed him for the head coaching position as well. This year they interviewed him 2 times. Josh McCown, the scrub coach, not even coach, a scrub quarterback who was going to get a national head coaching job, and there was no major outrage. Therefore, more showing you the hypocrisy. But these coaches like Brian Flores and all really still keep thinking you have a chance. You didn't see any of the pundits, the analysts, the same ones who said Eric Bieniemy can't get a job because of performance, because of Coach Andy Reid being so good. It's not him. Look at Byron Leftwich. He couldn't even get the Jacksonville Jaguar job because he didn't want to work under the general manager, who was the general manager who brought in Urban Meyer. meaning that I know this guy's not good. If I get this job, I will be fired in no time. Smart of Byron Leftwich. So he told them, could you guys replace the GM and get another job? He was also cast aside. Brian Flores also said when the Giants brought him over to get the job, the Giants never really wanted him because Bill Belichick, on accident, texted him thinking that he was McCall, whatever the new Giants coach is, who used to be the offensive coordinators of the Bills, just now. And he got hired. And Brian Flores was like, they been hired him because Bill Belichick texted me by accident thinking I was that coach, congratulating me on the job. And when I asked him, Coach, do you know you're speaking to Brian Flores? Coach said, I'm sorry. This is Coach Belichick. He said, I'm sorry, Brian. I thought you was, the new Giants coach. So in other words, they brought in Brian Flores for a job interview, knowing damn well they already hired another coach for it. So this is just trying to follow the Rooney rules. My thing is no shock coming out of Giants. Giants do not hire or put anything that's melanated or look like us on their organization. They would never have a black quarter or educational purpose. I'm not saying the B word, the BLACK word, because apparently YouTube doesn't like that in the algorithm. But they don't want to see guys that look like us in that organization, like other many organizations. I'm surprised the Bears even hired a melanated brother to be their GM. But fast forward, Brian Flores, I think it hurt his feelings, the reason why he's doing the lawsuit. Brian Flores is the most conservative melanated brother you'll see here. He was against doing the kneeling. Remember when Kaepernick was doing the kneeling and all that? Well, Brian Flores was against that. He was for all the conservative owners and everything like that. And I have nothing against that because I'm conservative as well. When a conservative brother like Brian Flores can't even get a job and can't even keep his job, it's a problem. When Josh McCown can get employment as a head coach or even being entertained as one, it shows you the hypocrisy. And even before Josh McCown, you know how many scrub coaches have been getting hired based on who was the head coach, who are they connected to? Let's just be honest. It's a flat out lie when they say we're looking for the most and best qualified, meaning I'm looking for a white male counterpart who looks like me. I can eat at dinners with, go out with my family with and their family, and feel like one of the good old boys club. You feel me? The good old boys club. And Brian Flores, you and the other melanated coaches are not part of that certain club. And you need to get over it. This is their society. Why do we always fight to be part of somebody else's society? It's confusing to me. This man right here, you're looking at him, the greatest coach of all time. I remember what Terry Bradshaw said about Tomlin. Oh, he's been given his opportunity. He's not a good coach. But the Steelers coach before Tomlin was worse than Tomlin. And he's never been called out. He had a great team multiple years, and he failed every year. Finally won the Super Bowl, but yet they didn't give him the same criticism as they're giving Tomlin. Tomlin is being questioned about he should take the USC job, even though he's a Super Bowl winning coach and multiple seasons winning coach, one of the greatest we've seen. And he gets criticized more than anything in the world, but some 34-year-old scrub coach who's white, who looks like these owners, they can be called the greatest ever if they even have a 5-game winning season. They're called, wow, he fought hard. Look at Dan from the Lions. That coach only won 3 games, and they're like, oh, man, he has so much passion because he cries during his press conferences. He stays crying and doing some bizarre type of behavior. And if it was one of us, they'll call us unprofessional, mentally unstable. But that coach, he's passionate. He's going to get another chance because the way he wills his players, whatever that means. But these coaches do not understand the game yet. Todd Bowles, one of the greatest defensive minds, had he been a different shade of color, he would have been called one of the greatest coach with the greatest mindset and highly skilled level. But no, he's part of a Super Bowl winning team such as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he still gets questions. Adam Gase, he gets fired from a job for failing to perform and gets hired right the next year. Giants hire scrub coaches. Joe Judge, another scrub coach. Oh, he exemplifies what it means to be part of the team. All this extra words when we know what it means. He's part of the good old boys club. He looks like us. We're going to take a chance. This is a league that literally hire coaches who look like models. According to the analysts, oh man, and he's hot. Look, he looks like an actor. What the hell does that have to do with coaching? But this is the business side of things. This is the dirty secrets that Brian Flores already knew. He just thought he was the exception. There are no exceptions when it comes to the good old boys club. We make them feel uncomfortable. In fact, they don't like using the same bathrooms with you. Don't like drinking out of the same cups with you. Don't like smoking cigars with you. You make them feel uncomfortable no matter how much you think you're part of their team. We were never included. Playing football and coaching football is not the same thing in the NFL. Hell, almost in all sports, but the NFL is the most sports that has that educational purpose. Plantation mentality. The good old boys club. Y'all's a master. I could win you some games, master. Jim Cladwell performed the unthinkable in what he did with the Detroit Lions, and they fired him. Fired him. But they keep a coach who won 3 games. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. The goalpost keeps getting moved for us, and I told you this was going to happen. We need to just stop crying about things. It's embarrassing. I'm prideful. I'm prideful so much, I'm the type to take my football and go home because I know I deserve better, and I'm not a victim. I know who you are. Therefore, I don't need to go in part of your shambles, you know what I mean? And start letting the world see me, a grown man, crying out here because you didn't let me be part of your good old boys club. No, I can make my own club. All my life, I started my own club. I don't need to be part of this charade. You're not going to see any real white male counterparts in the television media world go in on certain coaching hiring. Think about it. They're the same ones who didn't call out the NFL for trying to hire Josh McCown and all these other scrub coaches. But yet when it comes to you and I, they always go out their way to say, well, I feel they just hired the best man for the position, the most qualified. You know, these are talking point words. Anybody who says we're just trying to hire the most qualified is full of BS. The NFL has never tried to hire the most qualified. It's who has a name that sticks, who looks like a model, and who's connected to the good old boys club. That's it. Get over it. It's always been like this. I don't know what would make brothers think it's changed. It's never been equivalent. I'm butchering all these words because it is what it is. But if Tomlin can't get his just dues based on everything he's done, what would make Brian Flores think he was the exception? And that's the problem with us melanated folks. We don't really look out for each other because we always think he likes me better. Y'all's a boss. Boss likes me better than Dante. Boss like me better than Tyrone. You better call on Tyrone. Call him. They ain't gonna pick up their phones. No. You better take your ball and go home. Home. Go home, Brian Flores. Go home. They don't want you, Chief. I want you. Pause. I would love to get you as a coach because I was in the military and you are the perfect model of leadership. I mean, I can see it oozing out of him, man. This man is a leader. The way he walks, his demeanor, everything, the way he talks to his players. He is the perfect role model for your kids. But you look like me, brother. They ain't going to let you be part of this club. And even when they do hire one of us, it's for the games. Now that you're suing the NFL, watch this year they hire 2 or 3 of y'all. And I don't even think they're going to do that. But they're going to try to, cool down the flames. And best believe them coaches ain't going to last when they hire you. You're going to get 1 to 2 years at most. Facts. And remember, when we get fired, we never get a job again. They get fired 1, 2, 3, 5 times and keep getting jobs. No matter if we're a quarterback or a coach, you won't get that second chance, boss. Have a good day, man. And I'm not trying to be satire and a parody. I'm just giving real medicine to my folks who needs it. This is the best way to wake us up. Somebody need to tell you you will never be part of their foundation. Therefore, you supposed to wake up and know the games that they play with you. Any sense of pride and accountability will tell you they have none. So why would I be part of it? Make my own room, make my own game. That's the way it should be played. I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Y'all have a blessed day, man.